Hey there, business owner. Welcome to the Entrepreneur Evolution Podcast. This is our weekly episode, and I'm so happy you are here. Let's get started. Hey, entrepreneur. This is your host, Annette Walter. Welcome to the Entrepreneur Evolution Podcast. I am here to help you and to share with you our business owner community. Make sure you feel surrounded, make sure you feel supported, and that we are giving you a little bit of a pep in your step as you are on your entrepreneurial journey of building your empire, scaling your business, and continuing to be a curious learner and really growing here with us. I am an operational growth coach and also a growth-minded entrepreneur like you, owning and operating 2 businesses on the national scale. And I know you already know this, but it is a roller coaster ride out there right now. As I record this, it's May 12th, 2020. And this episode's actually going to drop next week in mid-May. And it's interesting times. We know officially what 2021 looks like. I'm not sure what the rest of 2021 will look like, but these are interesting times, my friend. And I want you to continue to reach out, share with me what's happening in your industry, be here with the community, support one another. And if you have any questions about supply chain or logistics or supply and demand, I have a really good pulse check on that through my company, Timber Industries, which I don't talk about much on this podcast, but I really just want to share that little mini bomb with you because we've got really great insight to the economy and what third and fourth quarter is going to look like. So I'm happy to have coffee talk, cocktail time, whatever you want with you about your business specifically and what the rest of the year is going to look like for you and your space. Today, I am joined by Sara Stein. She is a rock star mama and has just done an amazing job in her career. She came to me in 2017 with so many creative ideas and really wanted to start a business. And actually, she came to me first because her husband is a business owner and she wanted me to coach her husband. And it turned out to her launching an app called Mama This. And Mama This is an insane platform for moms to help other moms and give moms the ability to ask for help in a guilty-free platform, but also for other moms to gain some traction and tasks and make a little money on the side. So she's really curating your village, your safe village, your trusted village with moms for moms. And it is fantastic to see where she has gone from idea to implementation, to plan, to development, to marketing, and now what's to come. I just couldn't be more proud of her. And I'm so excited to share this interview with you today. If you are someone that is thinking about starting a new business, and I know that we have tons of entrepreneurs that listen to this podcast at various different levels, whether it's a glimmer of hope or an idea in your head, or you've bypassed that $200 million mark, okay? We are all curious learners. We all have emotions and want to do more and want to really make more happen for our communities, for our families, for our businesses, for our teams. This story will definitely spark a lot of great ideas and make you feel motivated and inspired, but she's also so real and so honest and shares so much with us about her journey. And you will be amazed at what she has accomplished in the past 3 years. So enjoy this episode. Our groups are growing. I'm so excited about our masterminds. We've got the Business Builder Mastermind for the newer entrepreneurs at the earlier stages in their business. And then we have our Entrepreneur Evolution Empire Mastermind. Those are for the entrepreneurs that have their eye on that $5 million, $10 million empire and beyond. So make sure you reach out. Make sure you are joining these communities so you do not feel alone, so that you feel supported. You're gaining accountability, you're gaining momentum, you're staying consistent, you're continuing to show up and have fun, okay? We are in it to win it. And I want you to be all in, and I want you to feel proud and honest and real and really present in your business. Okay. And you're going to need a group like this year. Let me tell you that. That's what you're going to need. So make sure you jump in, and I will talk to you soon. Enjoy the interview with Sara. Thank you for being here. I am so grateful for you to be here, and I cannot thank you enough for all of the amazing feedback and side comments and DMs and everything that I hear about this podcast. You all, I do it for you, and I couldn't thank you more for this community of entrepreneurs. Let's keep evolving and enjoy this episode today. Welcome, Sara Stein. How are you?
I'm doing well. How are you?
I am so excited that you are here and that you are with us today. I love your story and I simply adore you. And I couldn't be more proud of you and your journey and where you are right now. So welcome, welcome, welcome.
Thank you.
Sara Stein is the founder of Mama This. That is an amazing platform for moms to help moms and for some moms to make a little bit of money, right?
Yes, it is.
I honestly don't even know where to begin because there's like so many amazing things that we're going to talk about today. So let's just rewind, I'd say a couple of years, and let's talk about, well, actually, why don't you just start us off with a little bit about your journey and your path and what led you to this moment of having a creative idea and executing on it. Okay.
Sure.
You can go back to college, you can go back to whatever.
Yeah. No, so I guess it was, 2017. I had a desire to do something else, but solve my own problems. 2018, I finally got it together to start moving. I started Mama This. It took me a long time until last year in the midst of COVID to actually launch. So it's been, when you say journey, it has been a journey. Part of it was I wanted to do things the right way. I probably took a long time to do that, or too long to do that. But really the idea started because I wanted to solve issues in my own life with my own children and my own family. I wanted to save time to spend more time and quality time with them. But I knew so many moms that just wanted extra money. And wouldn't it be a great synergy if I could connect everyone and we could exchange cash for tasks, and we could actually become the workforce that we already are and help each other. So here we are.
So describe the platform a little bit for us, and then I'm actually going to take you back to the creative stages and what you went through to get to the platform. But I want to describe the platform to our listeners right now.
Sure. So there are two, you can self-identify as one type of mom, but it doesn't lock you in. So we have boss moms and mom bosses. Boss moms naturally feel like they don't have enough time. They would pay anyone, anything to pick up the dry cleaning, make a meal, but also want to help. But, the time is a struggle. And then the mom bosses might be in a very different place. Stay-at-home mom that is going to Target and going to the grocery store. You might be an empty nester. You might be a grandmother who does really appreciate and want to help other moms. So you connect those two different types, a mom boss and a boss mom. And naturally, I would trust another mother to help me with possibly carpooling my children, groceries, picking up and delivering, and I'm also helping them. But they get to live their lives. They don't have a schedule. They can go to Target and run their day, but add two more moms' tasks to it, and everyone wins.
It's awesome. It's awesome. And it's an app platform that's available on all of the major app platforms, right?
Just Apple right now. Okay. We're developing. Yep. It's just iOS. We're developing Android as we speak.
Okay. Good to know. And is it's amazing because people are really benefiting from it. And I'm taking you back to your stressed out days when you and I first met through a common friend, and you really just had so many creative ideas. So our audience is made up, Sara, of entrepreneurs at every single stage. A lot of them with that glimmer of hope and that those millions of ideas in their head. And then a lot of them are, past the $150 million mark, right? So I remember your book, right?
Mm-hmm.
The creative book of all of the ideas. I hope it's okay that we're sharing that.
Of course.
And so take us through, if you can, and I want you to just kind of go there too. What was it like when you had that itch, that entrepreneur itch, and you really wanted to do something, but you didn't really know what to do or where to start or where to go?
Mm-hmm. So you actually helped me get to the itch, right? So I knew that there was an itch. I just didn't know how to define it and what it meant. And, that was when side hustle, right? All of that started to really come out. Yes. And I wanted, and you helped me get to that journey by basically helping me channel what I was thinking about every day and how to solve my problems. So my creative book was thoughts over years, actually, and then worked on more was everything in there was, I had an issue. I heard a crying baby on a plane. Something was bothering me, and I just jotted down, sketched out, but never went any further. And I still have it. When we started talking, I started working on certain ideas, some product related, others solution service based. And I narrowed it down. I had gotten down to basically 2 different channels, had gone down a path to look at patents for a product. And we talked about that, but then the go-to-market was a lot longer. Potential money was a lot higher. So I switched and pivoted to Mama This, and it has evolved. But right. So the baby idea is very different than where we are today, which is great because I feel like I have listened, you were with me, we had focus groups. I listened to moms. I have pivoted along the way, but that was really the creative juices in the beginning. I think I've always had, I just never knew how to make that idea real. Absolutely. And I needed someone who could lead me through that journey and path and next steps. And that's where we have you.
Thank you for that. That's sweet. I wasn't trying to pull that out of you, but I appreciate that. And I loved every moment of that. That was so much fun with you. And I remember all the products and us really having those conversations of, service businesses versus product businesses and the entry to market. So, but what's so unique about you is that you are an action taker, a doer, and you made it happen so quickly. And it's amazing. What was some of the emotion that you had along the way? How does someone really, Sara, just start from idea? Okay, yes, you narrow in, you get there, and then what, right? And then what?
So a couple things. The journey was long, and I realized along the way that if I didn't fail or fall on my face, then that didn't mean I was evolving and learning. And so it was a very different feeling because you got to the point you're like, I'm at a wall. I'm gonna have to stop. But I didn't. I just kept going. But then I figured out that has to happen to keep going and evolve and maybe pivot because something wasn't right. Something wasn't working. So that was a big lesson. I remember so many times feeling so deflated, and I wasted time and I wasted money, and teams had turned over, and I'm just like, oh my gosh, I'm not doing this right. I know I can't do this. And yet I kept going, and it turned out to be the best thing that ever happened to myself and the business. The doer part, by nature, I like to add things to my to-do list to cross off. And so as long as I had somewhere to start and a list and really, okay, I have an idea now, what am I doing? And really something as small, my list got huge, it got overwhelming, I was paralyzed. And through guidance, you helped me skinny it down and go step by step. So it was literally like, okay, you have an idea. You have to get an accountant. You need to incorporate, right? But I was so excited about the future potential. I wasn't taking the small steps along the way to get there. And that foundation was key in getting to a place to grow, learn, fail. and here we are today. But I would tell you that really it's because I am a doer. So by nature, I love lists. I love sticky notes. I love throwing things out. And so, yeah, it fit within what I like to do anyway.
Absolutely. Well, and you have that tenacious spirit, and that is just so powerful, and very willing to learn and ask questions. And like you said, failure's feedback, and all of the feedback that you got along the way was priceless for you and for the app, right? And you also weren't afraid to invest in yourself and your business. And that was huge.
Right.
And, it wasn't a couple of dollars here and let's see where this goes. This was significant. And, a big step, a big risk, which is so awesome. You were all in. You were truly all in. And I think that there's a huge difference there between people that are not all in and people that are all in, right? And you pretty much were like, I'm doing this. And if it doesn't work, it doesn't work, but I'm going to make it work in all of my power at every single, breath in my body.
Yes.
So what does everything look like today? Tell us about the team. Tell us about where we are with the moms and what's happening out there.
So we're very small. I have full-time employee that helps. She is my best friend. We've grown up together. So that's always powerful to have support, right? And someone you can trust.
Yes.
We launched, basically went out and the pandemic threw us into a tailspin because do you or don't you launch a business? And how do you pivot? Do you pivot? So it was only really end of September, early October of last year that we opened up app downloads. It is available across the country. We added virtual services, but then really tried to focus on 2 organic pockets. So here in Arundel County with myself and my network, and then in Orange County, California as well. We have successfully successfully continue to get downloads every day. We're averaging over 1 per day. Well, it's not huge. It's also, been strategic. We are also looking to ramp up marketing. We did a lot of testing with marketing to see what works. Do you buy ads on Facebook? Do you buy ads on Instagram? Do you simply put some muscle into it and just talk to local, schools and PTOs? So there was a whole combination in the last 6 months or so, trying to figure out what's effective in order to set us on the right path for the future and spend dollars wisely. So we're out there. And so our 2 pockets, it's full service, meaning you can, do groceries and fulfillment. The networks are fairly large there. And then we did pivot to virtual for, tutoring. Virtual, it doesn't matter if my son's tutor is in Omaha.
Right.
So we started doing that as a way to try to just keep going. But I made that decision, hindsight 2020, would it have made a big difference? I mean, I feel like where we are today is successful. I would love it to be 10 times more successful, but I feel like we made the right decision. I made the right decision.
And absolutely. Well, and it's been 2.5, 3 short years here, right? I mean,
it feels like a really long time.
It feels like a long time to you, but honestly, like the amount of muscle that you have just put into this and where it is today, it's amazing. And all of the marketing on Instagram looks phenomenal. I love all of the quotes. They always make me smile or laugh out loud. The marketing's been great. And really fun to see. It really speaks to that mom mindset, whatever it is in the moment, right? So what keeps you going? What keeps you motivated? Are you a book reader? Are you a podcast listener? Are you, Audible? How do you get your fuel?
Well, a couple things. My children, clearly, I am blessed in spending a lot more time with them since
Good.
the pandemic. You know, I feel like that has added to my life, whereas you know, I would never have been able to spend this much time with them. So that is first and foremost. I actually like to read physical books. I am old school.
I'm right there with you.
Yeah, I like hardcover, old school. You know, they say, hey, you can get it on Kindle or audio. I'm like, no, thanks, moving on, right? I want the physical book, and then I don't know what to do with it afterwards. So I give it to my mother. So I will tell you motivation, but I like learning. I really think other stories from other entrepreneurs are so powerful. I love reading about successes, but I've also found it's really nice to read about some of the blips and failures because it makes it okay. So, you know, I have a couple, you know, just entrepreneurial type blogs and things that I follow, and, you know, yeah, so that motivates me, but, you know, overall this has been a great journey, and it's in itself very, very awesome and helps fulfill that in me to keep going.
And I just love hearing the different checkpoints of what you're, you know, where you're going next and what's to come. And I don't know how much you can share about that or what you want to share about that to help the audience out there as they are looking, you know, at next level in their business. You know, what would be your advice when you know you're at a certain stage and you need to uncover that next level of severe growth?
So I love Shark Tank. I loved it before I started. I'm like, oh, this is great. These people. And then you see the sponge in Bed Bath and Beyond. And I'm like, oh my gosh, I saw it on Shark Tank. I'm so cool. So I finally got to that place where I was one of them, where I had self-funded and I need help. Right. And I'm like, why would they give away all of their business and why are they here? And you just have to take that journey. And at some point, you'll open your eyes and say, maybe it's not a strength of yours that you need to pursue. And you need to find an advisor or a partner in a tech space, in a product space, in marketing, in social media. So you get to that point where what you have, whether it's financial or knowledge, is all that you have. And you need to find partners and resources, again, whether it be knowledge or financial, to help you get to that next level. So I reached that level a couple months back. We did a lot of what I would say restructuring. We looked at the books. We looked at where we need to go. And strategically, you know, I decided that I need resources and I need knowledge, right? In order for us to get to the next level, I had to look at myself and say, I got us here. Right. Now I need others to help me get there.
Yes.
You know, and again, very similar to Shark Tank, they align themselves with someone because of product, because of QVC, because they're wonderful. So, right. But it's also financial too. So you have to find a good synergy there. So that's where we are. That's where we are. Where I've looked at myself in the mirror and I said, okay, I need help. Which, as a mom, that's a very hard thing to do.
Yes, it is. And I mean, everything you just said is gold. It is so true. It is so true. And it's the hardest point, especially for big doers. Delegating and letting go of things is like the hardest challenge. And, you know, it's just when you get to that point and you have that self-awareness, and I know that you and I had talked a lot about that in the beginning, right?
Yes.
It's just when you know that about yourself and you can get to that point, it's great. It's powerful.
It is.
So what shark would you want to deal from? Have you thought about that?
Oh gosh.
Maybe Sarah Blakely if she was on.
Yeah, guest, you know, I tend to like the guest appearances more. But I don't know. I have to be honest, you know, and because their guests they love product. I feel like the entire Shark Tank loves products. They want to see the ball and the sponge and the sleeping bag that turns into a cooler. And oh my God, right? You're like, what?
I know.
So I do like people that are willing to look at more service solutions, apps, things like that. And if I pick someone right now and I end up on Shark Tank, they might be mad at me.
I know. Well, we won't hold you to it then. We won't.
Right. So I love them all.
Yes, there you go. There you go. That's great. Very safe answer. Very safe answer. But when you were in your early product creative thought process, I'm curious to see how many entrepreneurs have spun out of starting with watching Shark Tank, and really gone through that. That'd be an interesting, I don't know how you would track that statistic, but it's definitely been a really great show and a really great run. Yeah. So let me ask you this. When you have your negative talks, doubt, fear, whatever it is, right? How do you reposition that, or what pulls you through, or what healthy outlet do you use as a go-to to really get you through that? Because we all have that, right?
Yes. So I have to let myself have that moment, which I'm not really good at, right? And so instead of looking at myself and saying, well, you fail, it's a you problem, having that moment to get myself back on the horse. Mm-hmm. And I am a big believer of exercise. Mm-hmm. That's where my channel is. That's where I get to let loose, think or not think, sweat and kill myself, whatever that day is for me. That's my outlet. It helps me reset, but I do give myself space and forgiveness. It's okay. But I was moving on too quick and I wasn't acknowledging that moment. So it was still there, that feeling. And so now I just sit on it. I know that that's today or maybe tomorrow or this week or this month, but it will come, I will reset and I'll be able to rethink maybe a process or what I'm doing. And the other thing I would tell you, one outlet that I've been able to do a lot is cook. So now I cook great bigger meals, not just, okay, I have 30 minutes. So I've really enjoyed that. And I've gone around the world and I've done meaning like Thai food and Chinese food, right? And I'm like, egg rolls are very difficult. They're not my thing, so Italian, right? So I've been channeling all that too. So that allows me to escape mentally, focus on something else. And so I would tell you, those are my two things that help me reset, and that I've focused on more.
That's great. Giving yourself the grace and the time to get through those down times. And I like that a lot. So how can we help you? How can this audience of entrepreneurs help you, support you, promote you, reach out to you, whatever you want and need right now? What do you want to put out to us and to the universe?
Sure. Yeah. So social media, follow us at Mama This, MAMA This app, APP. Mm-hmm. So that's Instagram and our Facebook. Please follow us, like us, check out what we're doing. But I would absolutely encourage you, please download the app. Mm-hmm. Right. So do both. Yes. And through the app, you can invite your network or maybe your 5 trusted friends, your 10 trusted friends. Mm-hmm. And I would tell you that that's a way for you to start getting used to it and liking it and put your foot in. Just put a toe in. Just put a toe in. But yes, if everyone could do that, I would be very thankful.
Oh, that's great. And I love that you just said that, because that's a big differentiator for the app, is that it is your trusted network. It's not someone random out there, picking out your cantaloupe, right?
Right.
Or running to Target for you for like this special birthday present that you just can't get there, right? It's your village. It's your trusted, village of people that that you can really help without feeling bad or guilty about it, or, being okay, like giving them money for their time of running an errand or whatever it is. So great. All right. So last question here, your famous words of wisdom, words to live by, personal mantra, personal motto. What is it?
Oh gosh. I would say probably keep going. That's every day I kind of have that talk. It is absolutely okay. Literally it's okay. Keep going. And being a mom, being an entrepreneur, being a daughter, it really is just pick it up and keep going.
Yeah. I love that. I couldn't be more proud of you. I cannot wait to see what you're going to make happen, where you are going. You know, you have to make sure you send me a postcard, girlfriend, when you
Okay.
make it big.
Oh,
I love it. Great job today. Thanks for being here.
thank you.
All right. We'll talk to you soon. Thanks, Sara. Bye. Wow. What an episode. Did you learn something new? I hope so. I am so happy you were able to be here with us today. I'd love to hear from you. Leave me a review and I will be sure to read it and respond to you. Also, if you'd like to email me, my email address is yourock@ievolveconsulting.com. Hit subscribe, and every Tuesday you'll get notification when the next episode drops. We really have some amazing interviews and tips in the future. Anything you need, I'm here for you. I want you to keep your momentum. I want to help you stay accountable. I want you to stay inspired. I want you to evolve. So please let me know what you need, and I'd love to hear from you. Take care until next time.